Hey, how are you? Welcome. It's Monday. I'm so super excited to be with you guys here for She's Got Moxie. These are soulful business trainings designed to help you create six-figure wellness practices, whether you are a health coach, whether you're a life coach, spiritual coach, nutritional therapy practitioner, culinary nutritionist. If you are in the wellness world, if you are a service-based entrepreneur that is in the coaching realm, that is really focused on creating a big impact in the lives of others, and you want to be well paid doing it, you are absolutely at the right place. I'm so excited to be here with you guys at a new time. I'm starting here just a few minutes early because I've got some stuff that I really want to cover. So let me know if you are here. What I would love to know is, where are you tuning in from? So let me know where you're tuning in from. I'd love to see, because we've got people all over the world. I've got clients in Italy and Ireland and South Africa and all over the place. And I would really love to see where you guys tuning in from. So type in the chat. Let me know you're here. Type in where you're from. Give me a hello. Give me a heart. Let me know that you're here. And that way I can also know that Facebook is absolutely doing its thing and that we're actually broadcasting live inside of the Abundant and Empowered Feminine Leaders group. So I've got some juicy information for you guys today. So my commitment is to show up for you every week to create some sort of epiphany or breakthrough for you that you can begin to implement right away in your business. And today I really want to talk about, how do you elevate yourself above the online noise? We all know that it's really noisy out there, right? There is TikTok, and there's Pinterest, and there's LinkedIn, and there's YouTube, and there's Facebook, and there's Instagram, and there are lives, and there are Facebook lives, and there are stories, and there's posts, and there's a lot of online noise. And one of the things that I want to share with you is, how do you actually elevate yourself above all of that online noise so that you can stand out as the leader in your field, share your zone of genius, and really attract your ideal client and build in a highly engaged community where people are actually showing up and wanting to hear what it is that you have to say. So here's the thing, my friends. We have to realize that the online world is changing pretty darn rapidly, right? What worked back in 2015 to build and grow an online business does not work the same anymore. There's some things that are absolutely going to stay the same. For example, the basics of business are going to stay the same. And I shared those with you last week. And the three things, just to recap real quickly, are really, when we bring it back down to the simple of simple, you want to get in front of people, you want to meet people, connect with people, number one. Number two, you want to share with people what it is that you do and how you can help them solve their problem. And then number three is, you get to invite people to work with you. So when we get down to how you actually build and grow a business, those three are foundational business pieces. In my Activate Abundance program, we go in depth in those, and we call those build, because you're building and growing an audience, you're nurturing them, and you're inviting people to work with you. So you're probably going to hear those same three things in variations, whether you were attracting, engaging, and converting, or whatever it is. Those are the foundational universal pieces of building and growing a six-figure, multi-six-figure, seven-figure, eight-figure business. Those three things have to be there. And so how do you actually elevate yourself above all of the noise that is going on so that your people can find you, right? And so we absolutely get to take a look at, what are some of the things that we know are working today? What are some of the things that are no longer working today as well? So here's the thing. I definitely want you to grab a notebook, grab a pen and paper. Here's the thing that we know works. Number one is that people are getting screen weary. We do know that. So they're not going to actually show up for these pre-recorded webinars anymore. People really want to have an experience of you. And so you get to show up live so that people get to see you, they get to hear you, they get to have an experience with you. People crave an experience. So one of the things that we're seeing a lot in the marketing world right now is that people really do want to know who you are. They want to have an experience of you, whether that's in a masterclass whether that's in a nurture event, whether that's an in-person talk, whether that's at an in-person retreat, or something like that is really what people are craving. People really want to get to know you, right? They want to see you. They want to, feel your energy. They want to know how it is that you talk and maybe some of your mannerisms. And it's gone are these days where you could just kind of broadcast this 2-hour webinar, throw a lot of money at the webinar. People would sign up for the webinar and then click buy whatever it is that you're selling. And people are kind of more savvy. You're more savvy than that, right? So none of us really want to sign up for a pre-recorded 2-hour webinar anymore. So that's one thing that doesn't work. What does work, though, is giving people live experiences. And so one of the ways, and this is where I really want to hone in on how you can elevate yourself above the noise so that you can really stand out and be an in-demand health coach, life coach, nutritional therapy practitioner, whatever it is, however it is that you want to share your zone of genius. And so what that means is being able to be visible and creating video. So video really is important. Even if you're uncomfortable, even if you're like, I don't really want to do video, like that is just the way that things are going. People want to see you, they want to hear you. So while creating posts and content and written posts and emails are absolutely a lever that we get to pull on part of what it is that we get to do and build and grow our business, one of the quickest ways that you can actually stand out as a leader in your field is to share valuable content in short pieces of video. And when I say short, it could be 5 minutes, it could be 10 minutes, it could be 15 minutes, it could be 20 minutes. It's really up to you. But really what you want to be able to do is give people powerful information that they can start to implement so that they can create quick wins and epiphanies. By the way, I'm going to be talking about this in the next masterclass. So I really want you to make sure that you sign up for it if you haven't already. This starts on September 20th. It's going to be a 5-day masterclass. I'm going to be sharing you the 6 steps of my Soulful Abundance system on how you can actually create not only a 6-figure business, but a multiple 6-figure, even a 7-figure business, if that's what you want, in a way that feels really good, aligned, and heart-centered. So Thriving Wellness Business, 6 steps to a heart-centered 6-figure practice is coming up on September 20th. Go to the top of the Facebook page, click on the photo up there that says Thriving Wellness Business. It's going to take you to the registration link where you can sign up for that, because I'm going to be sharing with you 30 ways to attract your ideal client, and you absolutely are going to want to hear the information that I'm sharing with you. I promise you'll walk away with some epiphanies and some things that you can implement. But let's go back to how to elevate yourself above the noise, because that's what I want to share with you today. So first of all, you have to get really clear that video is a way that you want to share your zone, your expertise, who it is that you are, your authenticity, your zone of genius. And you don't need to be perfect with it. You just get to show up and be you. And so step 1 is just know that you get to show up on video. And it doesn't need to be long. It can absolutely be short. So that's step 1. You want to use video. And you want to use video inside of a Facebook group. So like this, when you're in a Facebook group, you are absolutely in front of your ideal client because you're serving them in a very, very specific way. And so I want to share with you some tips on how to quickly and easily create content that your ideal client absolutely wants to hear. So the next step that we want to do is take a look at what are three to 5 topics, or what I like to call categories, that you can talk about that your ready yes client, your ideal client, really wants to learn. So one of the things that I know is that my people here, they want to learn some quick, simple, easy ways that is going to allow them to attract their ideal clients. And they also want to learn about some mindset pieces so that they can show up as an empowered leader. They want to have some foundational business principles. So these are all different categories, right? So the abundance mindset is one category that I talk about, and how we actually get to align to that. Another category that I talk about are the foundations of building a business. Another category that I talk about is how to attract your ready yes client. So those are 3 categories that I talk about over and over and over again, because this is absolutely one of the things that I know is going to help people create some quick wins. And it's what I know that my ideal clients want to learn about. So I want you to think about 3 to 5 categories that your clients, your ready-ass clients, the ones that are absolutely looking for the solution to their problem, and you are providing the solution to their problem, what are 3 to 5 categories that you can talk about? Once you have those categories, then what I want you to do is make a list of all the different types of posts or types of ways that you're going to communicate this. So definitely grab a piece of paper, because I'm going to share with you, there's a lot of different types of posts. And as a matter of fact, this is something that I teach inside of Activate Abundance. We actually go through making sure that you've got your categories down, because it's so hard sometimes when you're thinking about trying to create content that is going to resonate with your ideal client, to think that, oh my gosh, you've got, like, there's so much, right? It's like, well, I could talk about this, or I could talk about this, or I'm not sure. What is it that they really want to talk about? If you follow this method, I promise you, you can quickly and easily create content that is absolutely going to attract your ideal client, and you're going to know exactly what to say. So 3 to 5 categories. So what it is that I want to share with you, for example, I'm going to pick the category of how to attract your ideal client. Awesome. Now, with that one category, there are multiple different ways that I can create information to share. So one way that I could talk about it would be mistakes. So write that down. This is one way that you get to come from, like, think about a way that you're going to speak about it, a type of a post, or the way that you're going to communicate, or the angle on which you're going to take a topic or a piece of information. So one way is, what are some common mistakes that your ideal client is making out there, right? So for me, if I'm talking about how to attract your ideal client, one mistake that I might call out is not actually using video. Another mistake would be not having a Facebook group. Another mistake would be spending a lot of time and energy on activities that are costing you money, but that are not income generators, right? So those are ways that I've just created 3 different posts in under a minute or a video that I could talk about, which would be underneath the category of how do you attract your ideal client. So think about whatever it is that you want to speak about, and then what are different ways that you can speak into that. So one would be mistakes, common mistakes that you see your ideal clients making. Another one could be a rant. So what is something that you're, like, so frustrated with that you see happening in your industry? So for example, many of you are health coaches and nutritional coaches, and you are over and done with the diet culture, like this idea of depriving. We just know that going on a diet over and over and over again is not helpful. So you could go on a rant about that. One of the rants that I go on with my clients is this idea that you have certifications, you spent all of this money getting certified, and yet you still don't know how to build a business. And then people are, the schools are wanting to sell you into this expensive program. And even though you invest in this expensive program, you're still not being taught business principles. I think that's just a shame. That should not happen. If you are buying a business program, you should absolutely be being taught the foundations of how to build and grow a profitable business and actually be able to make income from it. So that's a rant. Another thing, another way that you can talk about whatever category it is that you've chosen is a how-to. So for example, how to create content quickly. I'm giving you these steps. Step 1 is get clear that you're going to go online and you're going to use video. Step 2 is pick your categories, 3 to 5 categories. Step 3 is decide how it is that you want to talk about it. What is the type of post and the angle that you want to come from? So a how-to category is another one. Another one are practical tips. So do you have some practical tips that you can give to your clients? Another way that you can approach the topic, or another angle that you can have, is a client testimony. So helping to share, something that you've done with a client, whether it is you helped her let go of being so obsessed with what's on her plate. And, when she started with you, she was so obsessed about what was on her plate, and she was counting carbs and counting calories. And by the time she finished, she didn't even need to do any of that. She just was able to really tune in and listen to her body, and she was able to finally have peace with food. So a client testimony is another way to do that. Let's see, what are some other how-tos? We've got a story, your personal story. Oh, can't believe I was forgetting that one. Your personal story is really, really powerful. So you want to share with your audience, with your Ready Yes clients, what it is that you've done in your personal story and why it is that you're here and why it is that you're passionate and sharing and being vulnerable in your story. And I share my story over and over again where, I was a divorced mom, single mom, trying to take care of my 3 kids and got stuck at a gas station with $25 in my account, not enough money to get home. And so I know that if I can create a thriving multiple 6-figure business and have gone through divorce and not being sure how I was going to take care of my kids and go from having $25 in my bank account to now having a $500,000 business, I know that you can do that too. And so sharing your story of what that could look like so that you can actually show people what is possible on the other side is really, really important. Another one is, let's see, up-leveling. How can you show your client some quick and easy ways that they could up-level? So for example, think about some of your clients that maybe want to get meals on the plate really quickly. Do you have some tips or techniques that are going to help them do that very quickly? So they're going to up-level their experience, right? So all of these are ways that you can actually speak into, again, a category. Again, you're going to speak into 3 to 5 categories, and you can create your content very, very quickly, very, very easily. So here's my last tip that I want to give to you. I want you to get a piece of paper, and along top of the paper, I want you to write category 1, category 2, category 3. And then put the categories that you know is going to be of service to your ideal client. Then on the left side of your paper, I want you to write down the types of posts or the types of ways you can speak into it. And again, I shared a rant is one way, a how-to is another way, practical tips is another way, your personal story is another way, social proof, so having a client testimonial is another way that you can do that. What else did I share? Mistakes are another way, right? So there are 6 different ways that you can speak about a different category. So if we take that 6 and we multiply, let's see, 6 times 3, you've got 18 pieces of content that you can create in one day just by taking one category and deciding from that one category the 6 different ways that you could actually talk about that one category. Again, how to, a rant, practical tips, your personal story, social proof with a client testimony, how-tos, mistakes, all of those different things. And so you can absolutely do this. It doesn't have to be so darn hard. So that, I would love to hear from you. What is a takeaway from this? So what is a takeaway that you're taking away with you and that you are going to implement? And here's the key. If you don't implement this piece, nothing is going to change. So in order for you to elevate yourself above the noise, you have to, number one, be visible, right? So we're going to be on video. I would love it if you would just pop in the comments here that you are going to commit to go live in either your Facebook group or on your personal page once within the next week, just once. And all you have to do is pick one of the categories and pick one way that you're going to talk about that category. That's it. Don't worry about how long it's going to be. Don't worry about getting it perfect. Just let it flow, but show up because you have to be visible. If you are not visible, people can't find you and your content posts will get lost. So that is how you can elevate yourself above the noise. Be visible, pick your 3 to 5 categories, and then make sure that you have got the that you're choosing the types that you can actually do that. Yay! Havala says she's committing to getting back to weekly lives. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Absolutely. Pop it in the chat. I want to know also, what is the takeaway? What is something that made this feel easy and doable for you? Because that's really what I want. I want to take all of these business concepts out there that feel confusing, that feel like you're not sure what to do, how to do it, in order to really create an impact in the lives of others that also allows you to create amazing money doing what it is that you love to do. And I want to simplify them down so that you can actually take these steps and begin to implement them right now. So Havala, she's going to get back to her weekly lives. I can't wait. Havala, when you're ready, I would love to hear from you. What is your one category that you're going to do your live around? And what is the way that you're going to position yourself? So what is the type? Is it a personal post? Is it social proof with a client? Is it a how-to? Is it a rant? Is it mistakes? Which one of those 6 ways or 7 ways that I shared with you? All right, my friends, I hope this has been helpful. Get out there, be visible, change people's lives. You can do it. I promise it's not as scary as you think it is. As a matter of fact, when I first started doing Facebook Lives, I'm just going to share this real quick before I hop off. I was terrified. And so what I did is I just made a commitment to go live every single day for 30 days on my personal Facebook page. And I didn't care if it was 2 minutes or if it was 5 minutes. I just went live. And I'm telling you, by the end of the 30 days, it was easy peasy. So make a commitment to be visible so people can find you, so you can help them solve their problem and have the experience of life that they want. All right, my friends, have a great day. Thanks for being here.